have some apologies. Ross Fallon has fallen ill and unable to be here this evening, as has Mike Tweed from the Chronicle. They send their apologies for not being able to attend this evening. Finally, a note about our first speaking candidate, Glenda Brown. Glenda has asked me to explain that she is currently overseas supporting a family member. She has apologised for unavailability and submitted her presentation statement, which I will now read on her behalf. My name is Glenda Brown, and I'm proud to stand again for the Whanganui District Council in 2025. Sincere apologies for not being present. I am overseas supporting family. Whanganui has been my home for over 35 years. My husband, Baden, and I have raised 3 children here and now enjoy 4 wonderful grandchildren, making 4 generations of our family proud to call Whanganui home. I have been in business for much of that time, from running a local building company for 20 years to co-founding a national company focusing on energy-efficient housing. Whanganui has given us a safe, supportive community to live in and grow in. My values are simple: integrity, professionalism, respect and courage. I listen, I value people equally, and I'm not afraid of a challenge. Why am I standing again? Because the community and business are my passions. Both are vital for a thriving city. Strong businesses create jobs, support family, and build resilient communities. As a councillor, I bring both a community lens and a business perspective to decision making, always focused on the future, not the past. If you choose to support me, I promise to serve with integrity, to work collaboratively, and to present you with honesty and commitment. Thank you from Glenda. So now we are able to move to the speaker, which of course is going to be Philippa Baker-Hogan. Philippa.
Whanganui is my home. My children were born and raised here. I'm a business owner, former radiographer, Olympian and extremely experienced councillor. I founded the Future Champions Trust that has funded over 80 Whanganui sporting youth represent New Zealand internationally. I'm president of the Whanganui Rowing Association and event manager of the Billy Red Challenge. I succeeded in getting the sport and recreation facilities grant funding restored to continue the vital seed funding that supported sports like hockey, netball and football with major upgrades of their facilities. If re-elected for an 8th term, I will 1, advocate to get maximum value of the $2 million upgrade to the Whanganui East Pool. 2, it's time to push on with the business case to replace the Dublin Street Bridge, strengthen the Wakefield Street Bridge and resurface the Aramaho Railway Bridge. 3, advocate for a visitor door charge in the Sundman Gallery or seek $150,000 operating savings annually. 4, work closely with the Whanganui Surf Lifesaving Club to gain external funding so they can crack on with their rescue centre to support safe beaches. 5, accelerate the establishment of a housing entity to support the plan to build 1,000 affordable homes with partners. 6, task our investment in economic entities to maximise growth and jobs around the huge investment in the port and airport. I voted to retain control of our water assets in-house, and I will reject any further attempts by government to amalgamate our council and services. I am courageous and energetic. I am ratepayer and sport focused. I am in your corner and I seek your support. Thank you, and I didn't hear any bells.
The next speaker from a 90-minute presentation is Scott Phillips. Welcome, Scott.
Hi, my name is Scott Phillips. I grew up in Whanganui and returned here because it's a place that I believe in, and I believe in its people and its future. I have over 20 years experience in the transport industry, and that brings me a practical experience in planning, logistics, and delivering results. I also work as a wedding celebrant that has strengthened my ability to listen, speak speak up and connect with people. I am standing for council to focus on the basics. Careful spending, smart planning, housing and youth opportunities are all key to a strong local economy. Whanganui's heritage goes beyond our buildings. Motorsport events like the cemetery circuit, the street drags, speedway and jet sprints are all part of who we are. They boast our local pride, our tourism and business, and they deserve a strong support at the council table. I want to protect what Whanganui has and makes it unique, while planning responsibly for its growth. We have great assets, we need to look after them, use them well, and make sure our economy stays vibrant and future ready. Thank you.
Thank you very much for that, Scott. The next speaker will be Julian Emmett.
Thank you. Well, good evening. I'm Julian Emmett. I'm standing for council because I believe I can offer a different perspective on council issues. One of my core issues is on accessibility and how council can continue the work it has already started to make the lives of its disabled residents easier. I think that the voice of those with disabilities is too often regarded as an afterthought, and I'd like to see that change. We've come quite a way on accessibility in the last decade or so, but we're not quite all the way there yet. And as pressure on councils to restrict their focus mounts, I'd like to make sure that we don't backslide on that was backslide, not something else that you were thinking. Having said that, I'm also very concerned about our water infrastructure, housing, and looking for ways council can increase its revenue through ethical investment and keeping rates as low as possible during a time when living costs are quickly rising, while providing the services and infrastructure we need to make Whanganui a thriving city. I'm not here with all the answers, but I am here to listen and ensure decisions are made that reflect the needs of everyday people. Thank you, and I look forward to the discussion tonight.
Thank you very much, Julian. And our next speaker will be Rob Vinsen. Welcome, Rob.
I'm Rob Vinsen, I'm the sixth-term councillor, and I'm seeking your support for a seventh and final term. So next week, you'll be receiving your voting papers for a very important election. You'll have the opportunity to elect a team of councillors to represent your views on the management and the future of our city and district. Experience is valued in our society. Whether it is in the workplace, whether it's on the sports field, or in grandparents passing down their knowledge to their families, I believe that a blend of experience with some new energy added will make the best council for this district. With the retirements of long-serving councillors Charlie Anderson and Jenny Duncan, I see Jenny here this evening, and Deputy Mayor Helen Craig, plus the resignation of the Chief Executive David Langford and a new CM to be appointed, next term especially will require experienced and disciplined councillors who understand complex issues such as water reform and resource management act. Most importantly, next term will require experienced councillors who are focused on lowering the cost of council and know how to make that happen. Rates affordability is our greatest issue. My commitment to you next term, I will not vote for any rate increase above the rate of inflation. I'm seeking your support. I offer my experience, I offer my commitment to minimise rates, and I offer to be accessible for all in the community. Thank you.
Thank you, Rob. Next speaker, please, Sandra Kyle. Welcome, Sandra.
I'm Sandra, a retired tertiary lecturer and now a part-time music teacher. And I'm the author of a new book to be launched at Whanganui Library in November called Paw Prints on My Heart. As a long-time animal advocate, way that we treat animals reflects the kind of community we are. I'm standing because I want to see a Whanganui that makes decisions with compassion, fairness and respect for all life. When we look after our whenua and our environment, we protect the animals who share it with us and create healthier, safer communities for ourselves. I may bring an alternative voice to the council table, but I won't be a divisive one. I am a collaborative and peaceful person, and I fit in with the team. I work well in the team. My voice of integrity and compassion for all sentient beings will not put dollars above everything else, but will be for the well-being of all the denizens of Whanganui, those who walk on two legs and fall. They have a right to be here too. Thank you.
Thank you very much, Sandra. Welcome to Michael Wall.
Good evening, Whanganui, and thank you for inviting me and 23 other councillors who want to be your councillor. I am a father and husband of 3 children. I have 18 years of business development experience where I focus on bringing costs down while achieving the same outcome. 3 years ago, I stood here and I made you a lot of promises. I said a lot of talk. So I thought I'd come back 3 years later and say what I did. I promised you lower rates. In the first year, I proposed $7 million of cuts that wouldn't have impacted your outcomes. I continue to focus on how do we achieve the same outcome with technological improvements while bringing down those rates. And working with people like our mayor and certain councillors, we've had now a 2.2% rate increase this year. I promised you that I would listen to you, and I would focus on exactly what you wanted, and I would serve you. The Virginia Lake Apiary and the Whanganui East Port was clear examples of those things, and I've served you for those 3 years. What am I focusing on these next 3 years? Lower your parking, keep rates low, build the bridges, and stop focusing on things that may not be what everybody wants. So if you'd like me to serve you another 3 years, vote law this next week. Thank you.
Thank you, Michael. Our next speaker, welcome to Tracey Jarman. Tracey.
Born and raised in Whanganui, I own a small lifestyle block within the rural community. Having owned a business in the Waikato, Manawatu and Whanganui areas, I'm a self-motivated and driven person who isn't afraid to face a challenge. With experience in business, disability services, education, youth, adult training and teaching, I'm 100% committed to advocate for all residents. I believe Whanganui's greatest opportunity lies in supporting all businesses to grow. This creates employment and improves the well-being of everyone while preserving what makes Whanganui special. The Council's job is to serve us all, ensuring our infrastructure and services are the best that they can be. Let's cut waste and find cost savings now. I'll support practical, community-driven policies. I believe in empowering our community and understand the economic pressures we face. I'm ratepayer and community focused. I do not support partnerships with council or vanity projects if it burdens the ratepayer. I'll focus on keeping rates affordable by prioritising essential services and infrastructure development. I have an understanding of New Zealand legislation and would like to see through governance more scrutiny of reports from operations that follow law, regulation, long-term plans to ensure accountability, transparency and impartiality. Thank you very much.
Thank you very much, Tracey. And welcome to Mike Hoss.
Good evening. I am Mike Hoss, and I'm proud to be born and raised in Whanganui. I stand here today, and like you, I'm invested in Whanganui's future. It is no coincidence that the 2.2 average rate increase is an election year. So what's my point of difference, and what makes me an exceptional candidate? I have over 30 years of real practical business ownership and governance experience. My My business plans have been robust, my budget's accurate, and I've managed sizable debt. If I didn't make a profit, there was a potential I would lose my home and business. Some of you here today would have experienced the same thing. You would have had to make hard financial decisions when your rates were due. Things you need you couldn't afford. You had to go without. The 3-year average rate increase for Whanganui was 22.6%. This increase was higher than Auckland. If we face increases like this again, there'll be some of you that will not be able to keep their homes. Some will be forced to sell. For many of us now, the rates feel like a lifetime mortgage. My priority is to have a voice to keep the rate rises to the absolute minimum while investing in smart infrastructure. I will not support loading future generations with unsustainable debt. I have leadership qualities to serve as a strong and rate-focused councillor. A vote for my cost is a vote for the city's future. A vote for my cost is a vote for leadership. And a vote for my cost is for good judgment. Thank you for inviting me here tonight and for your support. And please remember, vote my cost.
Thank you, Rob. The next speaker will be Azian Z. Welcome, Azian.
Oh, hello, Whanganui. My name's Afi Hainga. I'm standing for the Whanganui General Board seat because I believe our community deserves leadership that's accountable, practical, and focused on getting things done, and that's pretty much me. I am a mother of 4 kids, all born and bred here, all adults now, thank goodness, and a caregiver of my grandnephew. I have worked in justice, social services, health and education as a registered social worker and know the challenges our people face. My priorities are clear: affordable housing for our families, stronger infrastructure to keep our city moving forward, real opportunities for our youth, and smarter support for our local businesses. I bring common sense, transparency and a genuine commitment to listening and acting on what ratepayers need. Every dollar should be spent wisely. Whanganui has huge potential and together we can achieve smart growth for a sustainable future in our community. So I'm often told I'm too honest for my own good, so what I can say is vote for Afi. Thank you very much.
Of course, the next speaker was to be Ross Fallon, and the order that we drawn. And Ross is really quite sad that he's ill today and not able to get out of bed to be here tonight. So we certainly are thinking of him and wishing him a speedy recovery. So the next speaker will be Rob Oscroft. Welcome, Rob.
Thank you. Good evening. This is 90 seconds in my longest job interview ever. And it's not just speaking with you guys. I've been out connecting with as many people who have a stake in the city as possible. People on the streets, in cafes and bars, business owners, shopkeepers, community leaders, council members, CEOs when I can. And it's great to hear what they all have to say. Like you, they want to know what will I do if I succeed. Firstly, there's no magic wand. And at best, I'll be part of a team of 13 representatives, ideally working together for the good of the city. Here are a few of the things that I will stand for. 1, rates. We have to keep the rates below inflation. I haven't signed the pledge because I don't have a crystal ball, I can't predict natural disasters, and I don't want to make promises that I can't keep. Still, affordability is my prime directive. It's what I'm here for. 2, optimising parking. This is an example. Parking in the library and art gallery is not sufficient. The $3 meters on Big Ave haven't increased spend according to shopkeepers that I've spoken to. Beyond Reserve, Ridgeway Street's $22 parking is mostly empty. So I'll work for a regular optimisation of parking and traffic based on good data, analysis and a long-term strategy. 3, we need to shorten the distance between governance, operations and community stakeholders. In other words, the council staff, and the people of the city who are here to serve. I'll work for better, more open and effective conversations so we get the desired results.
Thank you very much, Rob. And our next speaker, welcome to Kate Joblin.
Goals of council over the next 3 years must include rates and cost control. We must be a high-performing council, and jointly with Rerekura, we must develop an don't like to think of myself as a one-trick pony, but my particular passion is housing. I've been Council's housing champion for the last 6 years, and we're on the cusp of creating a housing entity that will enable investment at scale in more social housing. The goal over the next 10 years is to create a further 1,000 homes. First up, we'll be transferring the council existing 275 pension units and some pockets of land to an independent housing trust. Once funding and central government funding is secured, the pensioner units will be redeveloped, refurbished, and where appropriate, intensified. Current tenants will have security of tenancy through the whole process. Council must also work closely with community and church groups, where we might have some land, a community or church group might have funds, and together we'll drive a building project. For this housing plan to work, enthusiasm will not be enough. We need to be very thoughtful, well considered, and deliberate. I've been involved in governance most of my adult life and a chartered accountant, and would like your support to push forward on these goals. Thank you.
Thank you, Kate. The next speaker we welcome is Robin Westley.
Good evening, and thanks for coming out this evening. My name is Robin Westley, and I'm standing for council. So why should you vote for me? Because I care about bringing people together and making sure everyone has a voice. I'm not standing to promote myself. I'm standing because I believe our community is stronger when we look out for one another. I've already been working alongside local groups, volunteers and churches to support those who need it most. I want to carry out that same spirit into this role. A vote for me is really a vote for more connected and caring Whanganui. I'm available at any time to meet with different groups, and I mean that before the election, and if I'm successful after the election as well, I'll be happy to meet with you and discuss anything. I'm a solution-focused person. I know it's very easy to point the finger and say this was a previous council problem, or that's central government stuff that we go in and we find the solution and we work towards it. I'm a big fan of sorting out the bridges over east, the Whanganui East. The Wakefield Bridge and replacement is urgent. It's holding up residents and businesses who use that area. I'd like to see a 4-lane bridge replace the Dublin Street Bridge in time and organise the finances through central government. I've got a lot more I stand for, but those girls are telling me it's time to shut up, so I will, and thank you for coming out again.
Thanks a lot, Robin. And the next speaker, a big welcome to Azian Z.
Good evening. My name is Azian. I've lived in Whanganui for over 15 years. I am a mother of 3 and a small business owner with a background in architecture, design and community development. I'm standing because I believe our council must focus on getting the basics right. Reliable services, fair rates, and a city that works both for the residents and for businesses. My top 3 priorities are clear. 1, strengthen core infrastructure, ensuring essential services run smoothly. That means roads, water and waste done well, while ensuring that Whanganui is resilient in cases of floods and other emergencies. 2, keeping rates fair and sustainable by tying increases to household affordability, cutting wasteful spending and keeping debt within reasonable levels. And 3, backing local jobs and businesses by cutting red tape, using local suppliers where possible, and promoting many events and opportunities that bring visitors and investments into our city. I bring integrity, pragmatism and common sense to the table. My goal is to build bridges, literal bridges that connect our city and our people, and metaphorical bridges that create win-win outcomes, unite our community, and strengthen Whanganui's future. A vote for me is a vote for real solutions for Whanganui. Thank you.
Thank you very much, Azian. And the next speaker, a big welcome to Jason Bardell.
Well, we're just looking at notice taken nothing. That's what I'm about. Jason Bardell, I'm about back to basics. Conveniently written at the bottom of here, pretty much what I'm about. Getting council back to what it should be doing. Something that no one's talked about tonight, or touched on slightly, is debt. And the council debt. In 2022, the council debt was 152 million. In 2026, it's going to be 232 million. $80 million increase in just 4 years. That's how much overspend the current council has done. We need to get this back under control quickly by focusing on the essentials. While we're spending $80 million on an art gallery, we haven't replaced the bridge in Whanganui East. These are the sort of priorities we need to readjust quickly. That's what I'm all about. Back to basics. Jason Bardell, vote for me. Thank you.
Thank you very much, Jason. Our next speaker will be Sandra Kyle.
Kia ora, good evening. My name is Charlotte Melser and I am running for re-election. I've lived in Castleford since 2010 and I have a background in hospitality, events, community development and business. I'm a mum of twin boys and I could not imagine a better place to raise a family. In 2016, I built the Citadel Cafe in Castleford to act as a community hub alongside the Castleford Rejuvenation Project, which was a successful collaboration between community and council. During my term on council, I've held the portfolios for youth, arts, climate and environment, and I'm also an accredited RMA and District Planning Hearings Commissioner. I chair the road naming panel, I sit on the Regional Public Transport Group, and serve as Deputy Chair of the Strategy and Policy Committee. I'm standing for re-election to continue the work that I've started, championing strong community partnerships, youth development, climate action, and future-focused planning. I bring a collaborative approach to everything that I do. I have strong communication skills, and I don't shy away from the tough conversations. I have a strong work ethic, and I am dedicated to helping make Whanganui a better place for all. And just lastly, I would like to thank you all so much for coming this evening, because democracy is only as strong as the number of people that engage with it. So thank you so much, and let's make democracy stronger.
Thank you very much, Charlotte. Our next speaker, Michael. Welcome, Michael.
I am a local business owner, operator, and company director with extensive commercial and life experience. I support the rigorous curtailing of rates, promising that I will not vote for any rates increase greater than the official inflation rate over the term of my office. I commit to supporting the sensible and frugal allocation of council resources, always scrutinising the bottom line. I support the provision of first-hour free parking in our retail precinct and the lowering of parking meter fees in conjunction with central government direction. The Sergeant Gallery must earn its keep, no buts, starting with charging out of district visitors. I support Whanganui's economic growth by promoting our district to potential businesses and new residents, highlighting our unique character, architecture, heritage, climate and supportive community. I support council retaining control of our water supply and associated infrastructure. I oppose mandatory fluoridation. I oppose divisive race-based water ownership and control. I oppose rigorously divisive race-based co-governance. I oppose the driving of divisive extremist agendas by activist councillors. I oppose wasting council resources on divisive and conjectural international topics. That is not the business of council. Thank you.
Thank you very much, Michael. Next speaker, big welcome to Tony Sattler.
Hello there, welcome, and thank you all for coming along today. My name is Tony Sundman, and I'm proud to say I was born and raised right here in Whanganui. Growing up in the 80s and 90s was a different experience to what I feel Whanganui is today. As a kid, it was a wonderful place full of beautiful spaces to explore. Felt safe enough to explore every nook and cranny. Each day would be an adventure. But as a teenager in rural New Zealand, things felt limited. Weekends revolved around a few mainstream sports, and for many of us, that didn't quite meet our needs. Job opportunities were limited. Once school was up, it was time to pack up and leave to explore New Zealand and the world. After my adult adventures exploring new countries and experiencing their cultures' different environment, I was in my mid-30s. I was looking for something relaxed, but with a nice vibe. I wanted to grow my family and catch up with the olds and my relatives. That's when Whanganui came back into view. I began to see the city with fresh eyes, a beautiful, accessible town with little traffic, easy commutes, good schools, and a growing alternative scene, which I thought I could be part of. So I opened up a bar, but the challenge remains. Once young people finish secondary school, opportunities to stay in Whanganui are limited. In the past, we had world-renowned Whanganui School of Design, which attracted people from across New Zealand and even overseas. It gave Whanganui a point of difference that set us apart from other centres. Whanganui also has a rich and fascinating history reflecting in our beautiful heritage buildings. These are becoming increasingly rare as modern developments take their place. Our heritage is one of the things that make us unique, and it's worth protecting. Just look at Vintage Weekend, one of the city's biggest and most distinctive events. It draws thousands of people and brings real money to the community. Thank you.
Thank you very much, Tony. And last but certainly not least, a big welcome to Jay Rerekura.
My name is Jay Rerekura, and I was born and bred on the banks of the Whanganui River, as long as you count the Whanganui Hospital as the banks of the river. I'm a son, like most of the males in here tonight. I'm a brother, I'm a father, I'm an uncle. I'm many things, but one of the things that I'm mostly is proud to be a Whanganui citizen. I've got nearly 20 years experience in community development here in Whanganui. I have over 20 years of experience in local government here in Whanganui. I'm a business owner, I'm a consultant, a few other names that people call me as well, but I'm for Whanganui. I'm for Whanganui. We have massive infrastructure issues that are coming up in the next wee while. We've got the Dublin Street Bridge, the Wakefield Street Bridge. All of these things are really important. I'm for the people of Whanganui, and we have massive housing issues in Whanganui. We have homelessness issues. I'm for future-focused decision making. So with everything that I do, if I'm elected into council, I will be putting a lens of the future over all of that. So yeah, Jay Rerekura, for Whanganui, for the people, and for future-focused decision making. Kia ora.
I've got to say, I'm amazed. I didn't think we'd do that as quickly as we have. Thank you so much, all of you. Well done. Give them a big hand.